Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bike Time. My name is Terry Two. Today's show will be called Who Holds My Tune? Probably saying, why would it come up with a crazy title like that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the music industry, the technology that's used in today's music. And I don't care what you listen to, what genre. It could be funk, jazz, rock, whatever. We're using major technology in there, different devices, software. So we're going to get into all that. Also, we'll talk about the NBA playoffs. Poor LeBron. It looks like it's going to be early summer for him. He'll be with Kevin Durant also. And also today, the Miami Heat plays the Boston Celtics. Miami's playing phenomenal. And what else? In the PGA in upstate New York. I don't know anything about golf, but it is what it is. But first and foremost, I want you to listen to this music by this group that I was searching through I was just going through looking at stuff on YouTube. This group is called Snarky Puppy. They've been out since 2004. I'm just now finding out about them last week. Ladies and gentlemen, this group is phenomenal. We'll talk about them after they play a song. The song is called Cleroy. They're from out of Denton, Texas. We'll come back after the song comes on, and we're going to talk about them briefly. But they're phenomenal song, phenomenal music. Enjoy it, and we'll come back and do the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a good show. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. That I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to see the videos on YouTube. Snarky Puppy. They're from out of Denton, Texas, and we're going to talk about them. We're talking about them right now, real quick. So, basically, they're a collective group with they're a monstrous group. They're like a symphony, but they're jazz. They have about 25 members. up to 25 members, and they all have side gigs playing for Erica Badu, you name it, Steely Dan, whoever they have. But when they go on tour, they have up to as many as 25 people in the group. If you go on to YouTube and see the video of this song I just did called Cleroy, you will see it. And then another song that they have, um, that I'm going to try and play is, um, it looks like a giant. They're sitting in a giant living room, and people listen to the music in headphones just to hear the detail, the fine, just the sound, the complexities of the music. It's excellent music, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, you got to hear them. I'm gonna play the song at the end. Play this song again at the end. Let me give you a little history about them. They've been around since 2004. Like I said, they're from Denton, Texas. They're led by um, their group leader, my name is Michael League. They play, different genres. So they go from jazz, rock, world music, funk. They've won 5 Grammys. I did not know that. And I'm not a big Grammy show watcher anymore, but I do see the credits of the groups. I did not know that. And Michael Lee, the founder of the group, is a 3-time Grammy Award-winning musician. Like I said, he's from Texas, but he's based out of Brooklyn, New York. Okay, and he's a creative band leader. But you got to see the videos of these people. They are phenomenal. The music is really good. They're on tour this summer. The closest place is going to be the Saratoga Jazz Festival. I'm debating should I go because I have another appointment. I have another function I have to go to, but I'd like to go to it. But the you got to check out. They got all kind of synthesizers, drums, saxophone, trumpets, keyboards are like really killer in this group. So if you get a chance to watch the video. I'm gonna play this song again at the end of the show. I had another one I didn't queue up, but ladies and gentlemen, these guys are really, really good. I love music, but these guys are killer. And I was hoping they would come to the DC area or up to them. And they're based out of Brooklyn. I mean, they're based mostly out of Brooklyn, New York. I was hoping they'd go play up in Manhattan somewhere, a little club in the village or somewhere in Brooklyn or even out in Queens. I would go up there in a heartbeat or even in Jersey. But they're on tour. They're on tour this summer, and they're in places that I didn't think a band with that kind of stature will play in. But if you look at the videos, ladies and gentlemen, it's excellent. The music is phenomenal. So I just think they're phenomenal. I download 2 of their songs, and the one you just heard, Cleroy. Like I said, I'm gonna play it again at the end of the show. So you get a chance to listen to them. I will play the music at the end. Okay, so what else is going on? NBA playoffs. Okay, I'm so happy the Los Angeles Lakers are getting their butts kicked, ladies and gentlemen, because LeBron James, to me, he showed his age. Last night's game, he didn't even get past half court on some of the plays. Okay, and the announcers, I'm disappointed in Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. They're pulling for the Lakers, and then when they went to the studio with Mike Greenberg, Stephen A, Jalen, and Michael Wilbon, Lakers is. I knew all along Lakers were going to win this series. I said 6. They're going to take them out in 4 or 5. They might give them a win tomorrow. What the hell? But they have nobody for Jokic. Okay, Jamal Murray's just eating them up. They're bench, and they can all fly and get up and down the court. They're very, very defensively and very, very talented team. I'm picking them to win the whole thing. Even if Miami gets in there, which I think is a beautiful story in itself, because they were 8 seed. They had to play in twice. And now they're kicking butt. They beat my Knicks. Okay. They beat Milwaukee. Now they're on the verge of beating the Boston Celtics and going to the NBA Finals. Go figure. So I'm very impressed by the Miami Heat. The Butler did it again. Jimmy Butler is playing out of this world, ladies and gentlemen. He is just playing phenomenal. He's just playing very good basketball. And the rest of the team, they follow his lead. That's how it works. You got a leader? Don't worry about it. Fall, get on my back. I'll carry you. So yeah, so that's phenomenal. I don't know much about golf. The U.S. Open is in Rochester, New York. So that's what's going on there. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in Severn, Maryland, if you don't know. And the temperature is 67 degrees. And you can hear the birds in the back chirping, having a good old time. And we're going to do this show. So let's get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, this show isn't IT, but also bring in music. I talk about music and sports. And the music industry or the technology has changed dramatically, even in the last 30, 40 years. Okay. Now, look, I have the ability right now. If I want to sing to you, I can sing to you right now with the laptop, my audio interface. That's it. Okay. And if I want to record it, I had the software, Audacity. If I want to take out some stuff, I have that. Back in the day, they didn't have that. They had to actually have an engineer had to go in and tweak the sounds. You know what I mean? Now all you have to do is take the software. I don't like that. Boom, take it out. Okay. It is so easy nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. In the software and the tools that are used for it is really, really like GarageBand is one of the software that's built in, I think, in the MacBooks. We'll talk about that too, where you actually can record a band, okay, or record someone, okay, on that software that you have. You can tweak it all you want, and you swear to God, you'll have a number one album. It's crazy, but it's great. So, what we're going to talk about today is, you know, for myself, I'm a PC user. I rarely use a MacBook, but for portability and everything else, I know guys that have played in bands and they love the MacBooks. Mac OS is the best thing to go. And we're going to get into that right now. So, the Mac is the best OS operating system to use for music technology. Okay. You know how everybody says PC is better, Mac is better, but majority of people that I know of and a larger scope, even in some of the your premier recording studios, or like I said, portability is the Mac. Okay. Um, like I said, there's people competing. Hey, I can't use a Mac, too expensive, or I don't like Macs. I have nothing against the MacBook. I just don't use them. So, but with high technology now, high equipment, applications that are used, and it makes it very simple to have a MacBook connected and in the recorder. You can use a USB microphone and cord. Okay. The thing about the Macs, they are in a closed environment, which is 100% true. And the hardware it's not that hard and complicated. Um, yeah, it's not a buggy operating system like the OS for Microsoft. And, you know, Mac computer is more precisely, all the parts are basically the same on there. Um, they're more reliable. Another thing too is the ability to plug and play. So, say for instance, I have this Samsung microphone that has the ability to go XLR, USB. So right now I'm connected to an XLR cable into my interface. You could do that with a Mac. Steve Jobs, God rest in God rest in peace. You have created a phenomenon that's unbelievable with the Mac OS. The Mac is very easy, plug and play. You can't go wrong. Okay. I know Microsoft had the Windows 7. That was plug and play. That was excellent, ladies and gentlemen. I had printers with the Windows 7. Oh my God, plug and play. It was the greatest thing you could think of. Excellent, excellent. Then Microsoft said, you know what, bump that. We're going to go our way. Because it does have factors. Windows 7 does have factors and has some quote unquote Mac OS features in the Windows 7. It did. I don't care what anybody says. Like I said, plug and play on the Macs. So, like I said, if you need to plug in a audio interface or a microphone, hey, you got those ports on there, and you're rocking and rolling. You can't go wrong. Um, the OS is very stable. Um, also, from doing my research, is saying that the production is faster, more comfortable for the end user, and I believe that. Um, like also the musician is very happy with the compatibility issue that when you're using a MacBook. Okay, so let's when you talk about software, equipment, let's get into this issue right here. Logic Studio is software that's used musicians use on their MacBooks. That came out in 2003, and they have other software. They got Logic Studio, Logic Pro, and these software. Once again, these applications, the software is used in recording, and it's very stable, and musicians like it. Okay, like I said, it's been a long time since I played my saxophone, and I haven't done recording probably in 35, 40 years. But we didn't have this back in the 80s. It's so much easier for the new musicians of today to have software. Like I said, you could do your show. You swear to God you had 10 pieces, but you're recording for a band. It's just you singing on one track, and then somebody else is over someplace else. This is what the MacBook does, ladies and gentlemen, with the Logic Studio. And Logic Studio software and Logic Pro, and it's very, 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 very popular with some of your premier musicians out there. Also, another thing, the drivers in the Mac, the audio drivers. Um, Once again, plug and play. Let's get it rolling. Let's get the party started. This is something that, like I said, I'm not a Mac user, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a PC guy for life. But if I wanted to, I am thinking about getting a Mac. I'm not gonna lie, I am thinking about getting one. Um, with the audio drivers, plug and play, same thing. Boom. Once you plug those USB ports in there, you're good to go. Okay. And Apple has head head above the Microsoft Windows in this matter. Excuse me, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. In this matter, they're head and shoulders above everybody else in Linux too. And like I said, it's got a memory manager that's good, and it's easy. Okay, very can't go wrong. Audio. It's really important to have your drivers up to date, because if you don't have drivers that are up to date on your computer, you're not going to get a good sound, and people will notice it. You know what I mean? Who want to hear a song and you got issues in there, crackling sounds and all that? No, 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 no good, no good. So, and another thing too with the Mac computers is that they are very, very light and portable to carry. Now, I do have 3 laptops that I use, um, but they don't have you know, they do have the plug and play for the USB, but in order, say for instance, I want to do something really, really, really cool and focus on, hey, I got to move from here to here. I want to make sure that software is up to date, audio drive is up to date. The Mac is taking over. I know people that brought their MacBooks with them, plop them inside in the desk, and start recording, and that's it. MacBooks is a little pricey, ladies and gentlemen, and you can't go wrong. But for music, yes, they're very good. Very, very good. My nephew has a MacBook. He's not a musician, but he had it for college. Okay. So another thing too, the stability of the Mac OS operating system um, is more stable than the PC. Um, I would say this because I'm a PC user. There have been times where my computer has actually had done an update in the middle of the daytime. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, Microsoft. you're not going to have that issue with the MacBooks. I will say that. Okay. Um, what else they were saying? They have features on the MacBook such as option clicking, um, clicking the close box on Windows to close all windows of that program, and the app tab cycles not appearing on all windows, but only through each running app. So that's just an example of how the Mac OS operates. Okay. And like I said, there's some people still using 2008, 2010 Mac desktops recording music, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of stuff to bring around, but not me. Couldn't do it. So yes, yeah, Mac is. And don't say no. No, here's one thing: people do use. I use PC for my. I can tell you for my podcast. I have a PC. I do use my PC. I'm running Windows 10 on my computer. I tried Windows 11 last year. I had some major issues. I had to go back to 10. Um, I told Microsoft they just took it right off because some of my apps and some of my stuff that was not working, the updates weren't up there. Okay, they didn't get the bugs, they didn't tweet it enough, and I had issues with it. So okay, so when it comes to the Mac, you know they're a strong machine. Now they're making their own chips, ladies and gentlemen, for the inside of their computers. Used to be like how everybody else, our integrated circuits are coming from Taiwan, Indonesia, just places like that. Apple is making their own processes. Okay, they're doing everything. This is why this company is so strong in the world. And like I said, my props to Steve Jobs and everybody there. Steve Jobs, when you left Apple and came back, you just blew the doors. I wish you were still alive right now. You came up with the iPhone, iPad, everything. That's you, buddy. And you and that company have that you left and came back, and it's just blown up everywhere. And you were a genius. The MacBooks have very good hard drives, ladies and gentlemen. Very good hard drives on those MacBooks. Um, you can't go wrong. Any OS you're running, that MacBook is not going to be a problem for it. Very high quality, less time consuming of applications. So what they're saying is the smoothness of running your programs on this hard drive that they produce is unbelievable. Now don't get it twisted. They have updates on their computers. Trust me, they do. But for working in the recording business, mixing, recording, and all that, the MacBook is premier. Um, but we're going to talk about a few other things real quick. Now the problem is with the MacBook when they do crash once in a blue moon, you rarely hear about it. They're very expensive to repair, ladies and gentlemen. The MacBooks are very expensive. Windows, on the other hand, very easy to fix. Okay, you need more memory. Okay, call up, go to Best Buy or go to PNY or Crucial and say, listen, you go to the configurator, put all your information in there, and you see what kind of memory you need. Like I did for my computer here. I ordered my, I have a MSI, and I went online and bought 16 more gigs of memory. So that it's so easy. Only pain you gotta have, ladies and gentlemen, is those doggone screws on the back of the panel. But other than that, pop it in there, boom, hear the chirp, you're good. Okay. The problem is with the Windows, and also you can upgrade on Windows PCs unless it's a Hewlett Packard. If you have a Hewlett Packard PC, your motherboard is soldered into your laptop. So if you order you had a special order for a uh, HP laptop, even the No, I think the desktop you can, but the laptops, because of the soldered memory soldered in there, that's it. So you'd say you want 12 gigs of memory. Bam, just remember you cannot upgrade. Extremely difficult. Like I said, the motherboard is soldered right in to that laptop. And the memory you cannot upgrade on those Hewlett Packards. They're very picky on the Hewlett Packard side. When like I said, Windows are easy to upgrade. They really are. Say for instance, back in the day, um, if I want to get a faster, say for instance, I want to put a new hard drive in there, solid state, not solid state, but a SATA hard drive. Bam, I go to once again go to you can go to Western Digital, PNY, not PNY. Um, who else does hard drive? Toshiba. You go to their website, say hey, or you go to who's a big Ingram Micro. Hey, put in there. I need what kind of hard drive you need. Boom. All you gotta do is put the OS on there. I mean, yeah, you have to put operating system on there. Okay, but install that is easy. It's very, very, very easy, ladies and gentlemen. A dummy like me did it. Okay. Then sometimes I Pixie from the hard drive or the OS on the hard drive, on the external hard drive. Man, that's great. So that's how the Windows has the advantage. But like I said earlier, like I said, Windows machines do crash. It has happened to me, ladies and gentlemen. It has happened. And it's not a pretty sight either. I had a Dell laptop and there was no viruses on it whatsoever, but it crashed. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I mean, they definitely crashed, ladies and gentlemen. And like I was telling you earlier, that um, there are errors in there. There's, like I say, crashes. You could be running a program, and next thing you know, bam, there you go. You've lost everything that you worked for on there. If you don't have a backup, you're stuck like bug. You know what I mean? So, um, like I said, Windows pushes updates out there too. Like I said earlier, they push up updates, and it does has issues um, with the reinstall, and then also with the DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. So you definitely have issues on that Windows side, but um, people use them. Like I said, I'm doing my podcast on a Windows computer. I am looking into getting a MacBook. All right. So let's talk about some of the computers that are used um, in music technology. So I went to see some music last year in Ellicott City, and you know how before they had the patch cables coming all the way up from the stage back to the soundboard. They're not doing it anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what they're doing? They're using Wi-Fi connection from an iPad. I'm telling you, I saw it. They're checking the drums. They're checking. They can check the microphones on the drum. They can check the microphones to the singers. They can check um, how does it sound? The guitar sound. How's the synthesizer? They know but the range on their Wi-Fi signal. That's the only thing they can get interference on there on the Wi-Fi signal. But it's a technology using Wi-Fi. And the thing is, you had to have transmitters that can block out any other. You don't want anybody snoffing your stuff, and you're in the middle of the show. Next thing you know, bam, he just shut down all your stuff because you got a snoffer out there that's sniffing into your network. So that's another thing you have to consider. Okay, so here's another thing. Let's talk with this. So, like I said, a lot of musicians like to use Mac, Apple, you know the whole routine. So here is first machine we want to talk about is an Apple MacBook Pro with the M1 processor developed by Apple themselves. The price range starts from 1719 up to about 2600 dollars. Okay. The 14-inch screen is what the musicians and people out there in the recording business like to use. Um, the M1 stick processor that they have in there on a 14-inch screen, you're gonna have a 512 gig solid state drive. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have a 512 solid state drive. I have a 1 terabyte solid state drive, and I'm impressed with it. I like the solid state over the SATA. SATA used to have issues too. You know what I mean? Um, Now that we've gone away, we're going to the stick. Looks like a memory stick, but it's a actual hard drive now, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the key features on here has a studio quality microphone that's built in and a Logic Pro software, and the audio's good, and also video editing. That's another thing that these MacBooks do. They do very good video editing. Okay, like I said, GarageBand software. You know, the software works very good with the MacBooks, and you can't go wrong. All right. Next computer is an Asus ZenBook Flip 2-in-1. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get the price on this one. Stand by, I can get it for you real quick. But the ZenBook by Asus I used to have Asus and back in the day. And that's the computer laptop I had with Windows 7. Oh my God. Only thing I had with that, I had a problem with the power cable. And I ordered a new one and it just started going wonky after that. So, but they were good. They're very good machines. I enjoyed that machine. All right, let's see what we got here for the Asus ZenBook. I hope everyone's enjoying the day and getting ready for the holiday, Memorial Day weekend next week. I hope, if anyone's got any plans, let me know. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cook a brisket next week. Anyone know how to cook a brisket? I do. You want some of my brisket? Let me know. I got you. So, yeah, that's my plan for next week. I'm gonna do a brisket, and some friends are coming out of town. Locally off in New York, around the way. And okay, so the Asus ZenBook 2-in-1. This one sells at Best Buy, a little under $1,200. Okay, 16 gigs of RAM, which is good, very good to start. But you know what? Put 8 more gigs in there. I like 24. I think it's runs perfect. Okay. It's got a big screen on it, 15.6. Runs on a 12th generation Intel processor, i7 Evo platform, touchscreen, and storage capacity 1,000 gigabytes. So that's really, really good. All right. The next computer laptop, this is a laptop, ladies and gentlemen, because we're portable. This is we're in a portable community now. All right. So the next one is a MacBook Air. No, excuse me, the Dell XPS 13. And this is a 9310. This one's pricey. This one's is pricey. Let's check that one out. Uh, yeah, very pricey. This one. Let's see what this one is. I know XPSs are not cheap. Not cheap at all, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying the weekend and enjoying the weather. It's been a little tricky here. Um, it was nice yesterday. It was cool, and all of a sudden it got warm. And then the weatherman said it rained last night. I don't know. I was in La La Land. And like I said, it's been a nice weekend. Well, it's been good. Friday was really beautiful outside. And hey, you can't go wrong with that. All right, so we have the XPS now. The price range on these from $1,099 to the OLEDs. It's expensive, ladies and gentlemen. The OLED, it's gonna run you some money. XPS 13. This is 15, but the XPS will run you a lot of money, and they're not cheap, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking $1,300-$1,400 on the OLEDs. So, all right, and then the next one, the final one, is a MacBook Air M2. Like I said, that runs about $1,100, under $1,200, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Apple M2 processor that's in there, 8 to 24 gig RAM slot, 13.6, 2056 to 2 terabyte solid state drive, and the weight is only 1.24 kilograms, so it's very, very light. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, our show has ended. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to do a show next week because it is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm quite sure nobody wants to hear me sitting in the backyard eating some good barbecue. So I'm going to be barbecuing, and let me tell you what I'm going to be cooking, if you don't mind. So I'm going to be cooking the brisket. We're going to do two type of wings. We're going to do barbecue wings and then some jerk chicken wings. We're going to have salads and then ears of corn. And what else? A little bit of everything. Some salads. We got to keep it real here. But that's the plan. That's the plan for next week. So, but it's great to be here with everyone. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the weekend, which is ends today. But please, everyone that's driving out there, please have a safe and prosperous holiday. I don't know if you're driving or be with family members, but please be careful out there. It's a holiday. It's going to be an extended weekend. There's going to be a lot of people out there. And, there's drunk drivers out there. So please, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. Enjoy your holiday. We're going to end the note today's show once again with that group, Snarky Puppy. Same thing. Cleroy, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Take care. Be well. I love you all.